Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dana Jimenez Leuenberger, and this is Nervous.
It's a long name, after all.
Yes, and with me is Ricardo Iriarte, Public Relations and Communications Managers for Solaz. Welcome, Ricardo.
Welcome to all of you. Please, we're very honored to have you here and to show you this iconic hotel in the Baja for sure.
And it is an iconic hotel. It is absolutely stunning. So just to, for a lot of new people that are following us in the radio show, I'm a real estate agent. I've been a realtor for 25 years, and I get the opportunity to work and play here in Los Cabos. And I get to tour with my clients and with my friends all of these amazing properties. So what we did is that basically we're just documenting our daily work. And so I was really wanted to bring you guys here, and you're going to give us the grand tour. We only have 1 hour show because there's so many things to see here in Solaz that maybe in the future we can do something, another segment.
Of course, yes.
First of all, talking about the architecture, the architect responsible for this design is Sordo Madaleno.
That is correct. Sordo Madaleno is they were in charge of the design, the architectural design, and also the interior design of all the rooms. And also, well, you see that it's all about the open spaces that we have here. You can see that the lobby is not the usual lobby that you can see, that where you usually have a wall behind the desk. No, here you have in the background the Sea of Cortez greeting you, like welcoming you to Los Cabos. So also you can see how the lines and everything is so well structured that it gives you a total different ambience than any other hotel in Los Cabos.
It really does. I have toured the properties here, and I have a lot of very sophisticated buyers that have been asking me about this, and what they notice is how, first of all, they respect the local and how they integrate the local landscape. That if here we have desert, so all of this concept. And then, my goodness, this is just like a monument for marble. Everywhere you see, just the quality, it's so rich and so luxurious. Like everywhere, all the way to the top of the buildings is marble.
Yes, and that's the whole point. It resembles the colors of the Baja, for instance. Mm-hmm. You know, that color, the golden light color from the Baja, that it truly, when the sun comes out, the colors come up like that. And you see the floors, the walls, every tile here, it's marble or steel or wood. So it's all natural materials that they use for building this jewel in the Baja.
And it is a jewel. So let you know what our tour is going to be. There's a museum here that actually is very interesting because I think this is the only resort that has a museum. If I'm wrong, please correct me, because I sometimes might say something that offends somebody. But that's correct, right? About the museum here.
We cannot call it a museum exactly because we are not part of the INA.
That's right.
The international, the National Museum Association for Mexico, but it's the private exhibition of the owners, and it truly exposes the best of the Baja. And we've had some people telling us like this is a very complete exhibition, that it should be named as a museum for sure, and we might be in the process of doing that. It's open to the public. We receive kids from schools coming like every other week, and because this is something that needs to be shared with the locals as well.
Yes. Yes. Sorry, I have had a call for that last week. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to start going to the museum, and this is a huge property. So we're going to visit the spa, the restaurant Mako, beautiful, and then we're going to go to see one of the luxury condos. So, but also in our way, when we're coming from one place to the other, I want you to let us know about the ATP, the tennis tournament that just concluded on Saturday, because all the players were here, and now on the back, on that side of the road, you will start building the new tennis center,
That is correct.
Right?
That is correct. We had a very intense week where we hosted all the players of of the Mextenis, the Los Cabos Open, and this is a part of the ATP Tour. It's a 250 kind of tournament, and it really enhanced the sports scene in Los Cabos. Like, this is the fourth year that we have done it. And in the past, we used to, before the Solaz was open, we had the players stay at the Sheraton. Now, since we opened in September last year, the 2019, we had all the players stay here, and also the organizers of the event, and it was a truly marvelous thing to do, because you see all these pro tennis players and wandering around this beautiful property, and they were truly amazed of what we have here in the Solaz.
No, and well, the luxury and everything, and the very good service. You guys have the best service. Like, I've met a couple of people that work here, and they're just amazing. Also, you have underneath tunnel that takes you to the other side of the highway. So that's where they're going to build the tennis facility. Tell us a little bit more how many tennis courts. And
Of course. It's going to be 6 tennis courts and 1 main court. That's a stadium, and it's going to have a capacity of 3,500 attendees capacity, and it's going to be on the other side of the road, right in front of it. So it's going to be really convenient for everyone, either for the ones that are attending the tennis games, or the players themselves, because they just go through a tunnel downstairs and underneath the highway, and you are instead of transporting yourself in cars to where the ATP was being held in the past few years, you're going to have these amazing facilities where you're going to have commercial area, and of course great structures for parking spots, and amenities for the kids and for everyone. So it's going to be a really complete sports facilities.
Okay, so are they going to be open to the public when there's not a tournament going on?
I mean, of course, these is facilities that we want to be used, to have them used, because if we're going to use them for just once a year, it's not worth it, the investment, no? So, of course, if there is a chance to do more like cultural, use it as a cultural space as well, for concerts or, for different presentations, let's use them, for sure.
Good. I asked that because one of my clients, hi Don, he's in New Jersey, he just asked me, he wanted more information. He's a very avid tennis player, and there's a lot of people that come and purchase homes here. Mm-hmm. So for them to have a place to play, and that's really, really good, because sometimes there's a lot of people that go into the hotels and pay a day pass, mm-hmm. But now if they can come here, and of course they have to pay, but it's another option that we can provide our buyers, our future residents here in Cabo. So we're going to come into the what would you call it?
It's Gabinete del Barco.
Okay.
And Gabinete del Barco, it's a private. It's the exhibition by the private exhibition of the owners, and they truly did a marvelous job curating all these pieces of art and exhibition for. You have these. Like, each hall takes you through a different stage of the Baja, and one, you have the history of these cultures that lived here before us. You have the Cochimis, Pericues, Guaycuras, and you have these arrows, and they're all these artifacts that they used to have in their original, and some are recreations. But it truly explains to you how they lived and how they were nomads. And we also have, in Sierra San Francisco, the cave paintings, mm-hmm. which are 10,000 years before Christ. So you see how we have so much history, and of course we can offer to the guests, and it's not just a destination for chill at the pool or just spring breakers, but there's history behind the Baja.
How I see it is that for you to provide a space like this that would explain to people that we have the cave paintings and all of the first pobladores, the first people that were here in the Baja, it's kind of like honoring our heritage,
Right.
and giving a place to where all those people that people that now have made Cabo their second home or their home, they can know also and respect the culture, because Mexico has such a big history. We're very, very proud of our ancient Aztecs and Mayans, and it's amazing. And I really invite you guys to look into Mexico's history, because we have a lot of it. Right?
No, for sure, and it takes you, as I said, through different stages of the Baja history. Like before the Spaniards came in and colonized us, it shows you also with this collection of maps of how they did explorations and how they thought it was an island, and then they realized that it's attached to the continental plate, no?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And also in this second hall, you can see how the missions took a very important part in Christianizing and of course converting all these Indians, that indigenous people that lived here before us, into the Occidental way of living. No?
I have visited very few missions in the Baja, because we do the off-road racing. So I've done the Baja 45 times so far. But I can just imagine for people to come and colonize here. If right now it's not an easy ride, can you imagine before there was anything,
right,
with the weather, the hot weather and all. So this is really nice. And also I wanted to show our audience a piece that I thought it was just so exquisite. It's over here, the paper one. Here it is. You were telling me yesterday this is like a homenaje, for Cabo Pulmo.
Yes, this is a homage to Cabo Pulmo, and it's all made out of paper. And you can see it's a representation of the coral reef that is one of the most important ones in North America, in the world, actually. And as Jacques Cousteau, they mentioned, he called this piece of land, this piece of water, as the Sea of Cortez, as the aquarium of the world, and it truly is. And there's a funny story behind Cabo Pulmo, because before it became a scuba diving retreat, it was being vanished by all these fishermen, and when they realized that, of course they were getting out of resources from the ocean, they thought and converted themselves from fishermen to tour guides, and that's how it began. The story behind all the scuba diving paradise that is now.
I didn't know that. I love that story. That makes it, the content is great, and you heard it here on Los Cabos Home and Life.
That's right.
Ricardo. I didn't know that. That's really good. So you have here the screen, and that's part of our, what we have here, the giant manta rays, and
Yes.
a lot of literature. That's really
Yes, you
good.
can spend hours here, like in a whole afternoon, just entertaining yourself and learning more about the Baja and the natural wonders that live in the water or in the desert. Here in this hall, which is my favorite, you can see how these immense mammals, have, and you see the scuba diver here. That's the actual scale of how big these animals are.
I don't
over
see the
here.
scuba diver.
Over here.
Oh, he's so tiny. I didn't see him.
Yeah. Of course, you
Wow.
have the blue whale, which is the largest one, and how all these. It's the nowadays animals that live here, and of course that we like to enjoy going into the sea and trying to watch them, or while scuba diving or even snorkeling. So it's one of the best things about Los Cabos.
Oh, there's so much stuff and activities to do, and that's what we want to share here in our radio show, basically promoting all the different things that we have to offer in Los Cabos. And I don't think even in 2-3 years we're going to cover everything. So this is really, really a good example. This was, what's it called? Megalodon?
Megalodon. So this is a replica of what a megalodon mouth would look like.
Look at the size.
Like it's big. Like people usually take pictures here of themselves because it's like 3 or 4 times a shark, a gray shark.
So if
White
that's
shark.
the jaws, just imagine the rest of the thing. So, but really funny, Ricardo, is that we have met some people here from Santiago, and they have given us a lot of those petrified, fossilized
Fossils.
fossils, shark teeth. I have like 30 of this.
Right.
But look at the size.
Yeah, those are the ones, and those are for the small ones, because over here in the back,
Oh,
we
there's
have
another
some,
example here, right?
We have some super large ones, and there's a small area over there in the next hall where you can actually touch these fossils.
Okay, so when it rains in the mountains, a lot like from the dirt that gets, and the locals go and get them.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's right.
Yeah, you could put one like a
we have to
necklace.
remember that part of the Baja was immersed in water, and how it has evolved millions and millions of years. It has, been uncovering these fossils, and of course, that gives you a little bit of hints about the history and the ones that lived here, these animals that are extinct now.
You do get a lot of visitors. Not that I doubt it, no, but I'm seeing a lot of kids. This is great also for an activity for parents, not only hanging up by the pool, but
Right.
Content and history. Okay, so thank you so much. That was awesome. So now we're gonna walk and to the spa area.
Right.
That's a very famous spa. It's really good. Hello, folks.
Hello
How are
there.
you doing? Yeah.
Yeah, the spa, it's something very unique, and I have to mention something that also the art that you can see around the resort is very important, because
please do, yes.
it's made by Cesar Lopez Negrete. So he was the artist commissioned for all the pieces of art that we have on site at the resort. We have over 400 pieces of art that it shouts Baja everywhere. Cesar Lopez Negrete and his brother took 1 year and a half 1 year and a half trip around the Baja to get all the inspiration for these creations that he did. For example, right here, which is this mural that is called Aura Marina.
Yes.
It resembles all the cave paintings that we can find in Sierra de San Francisco, when you can see that it's half human, maybe half invisible or half transparent, and half fully fleshed, and that represents, of course, the spiritual part and the human part. And we also can find that you have these headed animals, or it's as a representation of how it's the connection between the human being and the animals that lived here with him, of course.
Okay. I love art. I mean, this is my cup of tea. I see how this piece is assembled, and it's metal. It's copper.
Copper, yeah.
It's copper, but can you see how it flows? Just to design this, it took a lot of thought. I'm just looking at the process, how everything is coming this way and everything coming to this centerpiece. And to get all of this texture, they must have used like acids.
It's acids, of course.
Wow, this is humongous piece. I wouldn't even ask how much it's worth. It is quite impressive.
Unmeasurable, for sure. And you see also how all these
the
are connected through their
details.
hands and feet, like kind of a fishing net, creating kind of a fishing net, and also resembles like how we all are connected in the end. Our in the past, the present, and future, we're all connected. The ones that lived here before us now are present, and the ones that are coming to inhabit this wonderful piece of land. that is La Baja.
No, it's amazing. I would love to see like the renderings and the sketches to come this. I studied art in the university, so that for me is I'm very passionate about it because a lot of people might see only just something that would look pretty, but there's a lot of content behind it, the inspiration, and you can see it in the details. So if you guys have the opportunity, come and check it out. I also wanted to look at the sculpture, that blue guy.
Oh, the blue guy.
Yeah, Jorge Marin. Him and his brother Javier Marin, they're one of Mexico's most recognized sculptors. Javier has many of those monumental sculpture heads.
That is right.
And he has been in China, like he sells his
Yes.
pieces like in millions of dollars.
Yes.
Yes. So yesterday I was looking at this piece. It's amazing. And
Yes. Also, we actually did some
Yes,
a joint
grande.
venture between Unique Luxury to have all these pieces of art because that's one of our main cores for Solas Resort. We like calling ourselves the art and soul of Baja, and that's because art plays a fundamental place in our hearts for the core of our values. And of course, that being said, we wanted to bring for the ATP tournament these pieces of art in order to embellish a little more the property. Not that not that it was needed, but of course it can add up to the experience for the players and the attendees of the event.
Well, Ricardo, what I think is that one thing goes together with the other thing. You have very sophisticated buyers, people that are from New York that have very important art collections. I have here clients that is just like what they have hanging on their walls is just amazing. So they come here for dinner or come and buy a property, and for them it's also like feel just right at home.
Right.
Let's talk a little bit about that. It's a hotel, fractional and full ownership.
Right. So we have three entities, and we have the hotel, which is the resort. This one, so Solasa Luxury Collection Resort, it's managed by Marriott International, by the Luxury Collection, the brand that it's one of the luxury tier brands of Marriott, along with W Hotels, and you have also Ritz-Carltons and Regis. So yes, and we also have the other entity that we have on our left side of our, which is Solas Signature Suites, and that's a timeshare part. So you have the fractional, the hotel, and also over here, these three towers that we see to our right. They are residences, full ownership residences. So in total, we have 128 rooms for hotel. We have 143 units for the timeshare, and 21 residences on the right side.
I've toured the residences, and I mean that top floor, the penthouse with the pool and everything
yeah.
is just unbelievable of the quality and especially you come here. One thing that we have noticed when we were on tour is that the landscape, we see it in a lot of places that is so manicured and everything, but here's just looks like what you would find if you are in the country.
Right. So here you can see that it's an all endemic flora, and by the way, we have the kids club over there.
Oh, there's a kids club?
Yes.
Oh, very cool.
We are family friendly too, and also talking about more about the flora. It's all about the endemic flora. It's flora that only you can find here in the Baja Desert, and of course, it's here. Whenever it rains, you can see how it all becomes green, right?
Yes.
So here, with just a little watering of these plants, they are green all year long. And of course, you have these amazing colors of reds, purples, yellows, and you might think you cannot find these amazing colors in the desert, but no, you can.
Oh my goodness, when the desert is in bloom, It is absolutely stunning. I've seen like cactus flowers that you would never imagine, like almost like orchids.
Yes.
So it's great. It's very pretty. I should see into if there's still. There was a tour like 10 years ago, and I took it. You would go through the desert and see it like in their natural habitat. So there's art everywhere. I mean, every place you go, you can see everything. So how do you say it now?
Instagram spot, you can
Yes.
say, or Instagrammable.
Okay, so here's the spa, right?
This is the spa. We're about to enter. So it's called Ojo de Liebre, and as I said, everything we like to give the Baja a louder voice. So everything you see here, it's called after some spot in the Baja, or or it's related to something around the Baja.
Ojo de Liebre is by Guerrero Negro, and that's where the whales go and have
That's right.
their calves, right?
That's right.
And
That it's a very steady lagoon, sea salt lagoon, and it's where, as you said, it's very calm, it's very soothing. So for mama whales give birth, they need that kind of ambience. So that's what we were trying to recreate here.
okay, so I can't wait to come into the spa. I love it. Okay,
Please, after you.
thank you. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Look, even at the design of the front desk, everywhere you go, I mean, it's just design.
Yes, and you can see the different tiles, the different marbles that they used, from gray, whites, blacks. It's all about the art, and you can still find art everywhere. Even these walls that they resemble, of course, as if you cut a piece of wood. That's also by Cesar Lopez Negrete.
Okay. You know, when I do training for new agents, what I said, when you come to developments like this, immerse yourself in touching the stone. Like you see this marble, how they are there slabs, and you can see the continuation of the lines.
Right.
Those are the details that makes it feel like.
Right, and there are small tokens that you can take. For example, the front desk. If you see it from a side, you can see that it resembles a whale hand, or how we call it, like
the flipper.
The flipper, and of course you have that's the body. So there's these little details that you can maybe realize, or maybe just someone has to tell them to you.
Yeah, no, it's good. So where are we heading this way?
Well, we have here the salon, which is a very beautiful one for many petty, and of course you have here this amazing chair for the bridal chair, we call it.
Oh, okay. That's good. Well, because also Cabo is a huge destination for weddings. Yeah. Yes, very lucky to get married here, like a pretty girl getting their hands done.
A little pampering.
And it's just like the smoothness of the wood, the quality, and the gym. Wow.
I wanted to show you the boring part. Not boring, but the
what? This is not boring. This is the best.
So we have here the fitness center, of course,
Yes.
and which has an ocean view. So whenever you are in the treadmill, you can still have a view of the ocean.
I'm just checking out the equipment. I mean,
It's
you
top
have
edge equipment,
you have
brand
like,
new.
like the best quality that you can find.
Yes, for sure.
Yes, and you know what? These ones are amazing.
These ones are very cool. I like them very much because it resembles, the movement of your legs. So it's very easy, to exercise in them, and you have your connectivity to your cell phone through those little tablets. So it's top edge technology here, cutting edge technology that we used, and we know that our guests want to maintain their exercise routines in the best way, and that's why we made a very good investment in this art.
Of course, and now more than ever, I see that a lot of people have this culture to be exercising. So even if you're on vacation, especially when you're on vacation, because you're indulging a lot in excellent cuisine. And the mixologist, like yesterday,
Yes.
it said made me a drink, and I was like, and I have met her before in events, so I mean, you can get used to this, right?
No, of course.
Yes.
All right, let's go back this way.
I didn't say anything, but the gentleman that was there, I've seen him before. He's an actor.
Oh, really?
But I just didn't want to interrupt him or say anything like, hi. No, didn't want to put him in the spot when he was exercising. That's another thing in Cabo. You never know who you're going to run into,
That's right. That's right. We cater a lot of celebrities and, producers, actors. Sports figures, yeah. NFL, NBA. Everyone, like, they're super interested in this kind of properties because we excel at the design, the service, and
Here?
it's simply beautiful. Yes.
And also, Cabo, we're known for a place that they don't get overwhelmed about people bothering them or like, they can really relax and kind of like be themselves here. And like you can go to Cabo Wabo and things like that, and you see a lot of celebrities and private airports. We have 2 private airports here that are full, and a third one coming.
Okay, so we have here the relaxation area, a little, for waiting for your massage. Some goodies over there while you can wait, refresh yourself.
And the pool is, because you have a pool that has the Himalayan
salt igloo.
Yes.
Yes. We're gonna see it in a minute. I'd like to show you first this.
Okay, sure. You're the tour guide. Oh my goodness, what is this?
So this is a treatment bed for for steaming and for body grabbing. It's, as I said, cutting edge technology. We didn't scatimate in this area because we know that how the guests want to feel pampered. They want the best of the best, and it's like from space. You might think it seems like it is from space, no, but it's really something that it helps your body to get the best results for body grabs and steaming. Hot treatments.
So I know all about that stuff. This is kind of like my mothership. But you lose a lot of toxins through heat, and especially heat. I mean, I'm not an expert or anything, but I have had treatments, and then your skin, everything just feels so good. And then if you had like have not been eating like 100%, you're on vacation, you come here and then you go back home feeling so refreshed.
That is right.
You got the special Cabo treatment.
Right. We also have over here, I'd like to show you. Of course, we have these by Cesar Lopez Negrete again that are called healing hands.
It's beautiful because it's a wood.
Put your hand in it.
Oh my goodness, I like that. Ellie, try that. That's pretty cool.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, we have a treatment over here.
And everywhere you see, it's just so gorgeous.
Yes, I wanted to show you. We might not be able to see it because it's a couples treatment room, but I think it's taken. Sorry, guys.
It's busy. Yes, you can see. No, it's perfect. I mean, thank you so much for taking all of us on a tour.
Of course, this is a very private area, so you're very fortunate to be here.
I know. I was like, the guy in the gym. I go like, I know him. I've seen him. But I do get nervous, and I didn't want to do something I shouldn't have. Okay.
Not to worry.
I remember this pool. So from hot, then you go to
from hot to cold, and that of course helps to as well liberate toxins.
Let me just
and also you have the fresh water pool as well. And if you do that exercise, putting your body into that drastic change, it helps your immune system to feel like for example, when you are in these hot summer days of in Los Cabos and you go into the air conditioner and then you go out and then you go in again, that's when you get sick. No?
Yes, that's
so
right.
that's the same purpose that we're serving, but in a more structured way.
So this is kind of like a faucet, right? A huge
This
one.
is the jets. These are
The
jets
jets.
for
Oh.
your back. I can show you in a little moment, but I like to show you first something very special here, and that's because this spa Ojo de Liebre has the first in thalassotherapy area in the Baja and the biggest one also, and I might add that in Mexico we're the biggest one.
Wow.
And that includes this pool over here that it's made out of sea salt water,
Oh, cool.
treated of course, and all this, where you have this circuit of private of jets for water jets that give you a back massage also, and I like to show you this. I hope I don't fall.
No.
But so these beds, what they do,
No, you're kidding me.
they are bubbles, a bubble treatment. So you feel the massage. It will start in a little moment.
Oh my goodness. Instead of like getting into the jacuzzi and you get just the jets, like for the design.
That's right. So also, if you as the sea water, has the same alkaline level as the human body. If you spend 20 minutes in sea salt water, your alkaline levels will will be balanced.
Okay. Oh no, this is so nice. I mean, anybody can get used to this.
Of course.
Wow.
And this one over here on my left, it's a never-ending swimming pool
Oh, I see. Because
where you have the jet. It's never-ending because you're fighting the current.
Of course, you can exercise there for hours, and very good. I really like how they put also that violet light, because also violet is a color that is used for healing.
That is right. And also it's all about chromotherapy. You know,
This is nice. It's quite a steamy
It's
in there.
humid in there. Yes, definitely.
My skin already looks nicer than when I came in.
Here we are, a little solarium where you can just relax a little and get some sun, get some shade as well, and of course just relax a little. It's so enclosed, encapsulating.
Also, the transition from marbles, from the darker to the lighter to the different, is just
It's all well thought.
amazing.
It's all well thought by Sordo Madaleno, and how you mix the natural stones, round stones, with the wood, and you see these little sticks that make the ceiling of
Palo de arco. That is
Palo de arco.
very traditional. You can
Yes.
see it in many of the local homes.
And it's also very very eco-friendly because it's very renewable. I mean, it grows really fast, such as bamboo as well.
Yeah.
And you can change it every 2 years or so.
Yeah.
And right here we have the Himalayan salt igloo
This-
that I mentioned, and you can see how it's starting to get like this kind of. I always trying it because it's pure salt,
Okay.
And-
I don't know what you would call it.
and you can see how it's also because of the humidity. It's very. When you come in, you can breathe the salt.
Okay. We're not gonna stop in because we're like
Well, you
normal
can
shoes.
if you want.
No, it looks so clean. But this is salt.
That is salt. Yes.
Look at this,
That
guys.
is all salt.
Oh my goodness.
And spending time here, of course, along with the chromotherapy of the colors, it's like your mother's womb, because you're encapsulated into this salt igloo, and by breathing the air here, because of all the humidity, you can see how it's like we say sweating the igloo sweating, and of course breathing that also helps your lungs and respiratory system.
And I mean, we are here and it feels so peaceful and soothing. I'm not stressed anymore. Could you imagine having the whole treatment here? It is so nice. I mean, I use Himalayan salt on my daily water, just a teaspoon, like to get to stay hydrated, and have the little Himalayan lamp next to my bed.
Let me show you this.
This is kind of like amazing.
So to feel that in your back,
It's
like a deep tissue massage, really. And also the showers, you can see it's all about the light, the chromotherapy part.
It changes the colors. The shower head changes colors. Wow. Oh, it's pretty cool. You know...
Let's go this way.
Oh, we're coming this way. Thank you. Gracias. Oh, now here is so... I know. Jonasco's like, oh my God, it's so...
I know, it's a little humid in there.
It's good. It's just so beautiful.
Yeah, it's all for touching as well.
Look at the detail. Like, I mean, right now it's open, but then a door just goes...
just like that.
Nobody should go in there. You know, it's everywhere we turn, you see beauty, you see design, you see the people that have thought of everything, and you just want to see what else is. And there's few places that everywhere you turn, there's like, oh, did you see that? I mean, if you weren't coming by yourself, you would want to have somebody next to you so you could say, did you see that?
Yeah. Or someone to take your picture next to that, you know?
Yes.
Because
yes, like yesterday I was at the restaurant and I was asking people to take my picture because everything was so pretty. Okay. Also, when we're up at the condos, I want to show our audience the rooftops. They're gardens.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not seeing somebody's roof. You're seeing a beautiful landscape.
Right. So that's also part of the whole point of the construction and the design of the building, is that every room has it's an ocean view, at least partial.
Mm-hmm.
But how they wanted to create the structure, because it respects the topography of the area. Mm-hmm. You can see how the mountains, you see the mountains in the back,
yes.
and then how they climb down, they go downhill towards the ocean.
Yes.
That's the same thing that they wanted to recreate. We have of course these blocks of rooms in the main towers, and then you have these little galleries or villas that also take you down towards the ocean.
But just looking at the whole compound, it is just so grand, and the size of the buildings. If Jonás could turn the camera, si puedes voltear la cámara, the size of the building, but it looks like blocks just floating.
Yes.
And to accomplish that, that's why Sordo Madaleno is Sordo Madaleno. Yes.
Yes.
I should post a little bit of his history, because we're very proud in Mexico of the buildings and everything, and he will be remembered in history as one of our best architects not only in Mexico, in the whole world.
Yes, he's a very prolific architect. His son has taken over the company, of course, as I think Javier father. He's out of the company now because he's 8 or so. But also how these how they can imagine from all these elements and transform these spaces into their vision. It's something very unique for sure.
And sorry, go ahead.
No, and I like to show you these three tall guys over here.
Yes.
They are called saguaros, and they are by Cesar Lopez Negrete, and these are the interpretations by him of these saguaros, no?
Of our local cactus.
Of course. And he wanted to make them transparent, because you never see the inside of a cacti, you know? So
oh my goodness, correct. Yes.
It's so interesting how he wanted to show us that part.
Yeah. So when we go up to the condo, I'm going to share something with our audience is that also it reminds me a little bit of the architecture in the 1960s. I was born in Mexico City, and I remember a lot of the condominiums and the homes there, and it has that little touch. So even, I don't know, it's just like how they have managed the whole design, and then being here on a beachfront property, it's like, it's art. Everything you see is art here.
Everything literally is art, and the design and in every single part, and how it all, embraces Baja, and how it's all blends in superb in the most superb way.
Yes.
You have this beautiful ocean. You have this infinity pool, which is an Olympic-sized pool where you can just swim 50 meters and 50 meters back, and it's really something that it's all so well thought. They put very, very good thought into detail, and that's the luxury, really.
Exactly, that's lifestyle luxury, and in Cabo we have beautiful places like this that offers it. Also, the pool is the granite that resembles the color of the water. That's why it just kind of like flows.
That is correct.
I've never seen that before. I might tell you, I have never seen that before. And I tour a lot of beautiful places.
It's called green butterfly marble, and it's something that Sordo Madaleno is very proud of it, and of course, because you can see how it really mirrors the
that's
water
the word,
of the ocean, of the Sea of Cortez.
Yes.
So if you're sitting from there, you see an invisible. There's no line between the pool and the water, really, because they're the same exact color.
It's absolutely exquisite. Today the ocean is a little bit choppy, not a day for fishing. Yes.
That is correct. Today it's a little windy.
So where should we go
this
next?
way. Yes.
Okay. I love all the ropes.
The ropes. Yes.
The design on the
ceiling.
The ceiling is beautiful. Yes, and this is a nice.
Yes, we have a Suma bar, of course. And you can see it from here. It's the same color, and it's all marble.
Okay, let me tell Jonas. ¿Ves cómo se ve aquí que es el mismo, cómo resembla, cómo iguala el color del mar con la alberca por... So this is how it mirrors the ocean water. Wow. Like I was going through Solas and the hashtags. There's so many, like everybody just comes here and just goes crazy posting and doing that like they were here, right?
Right.
That's great.
No, and those hanging chairs that are in Mako, they are, and super emblematic for the property, and everybody wants to take a picture there. It's one of our Instagram spots, as we call them.
Yes, and now it's a different language. I'm trying to get the hang of it, and I'm still a little bit shy about taking my picture all the time. People are gonna say like, no, she does take it. No, but I do struggle a little bit. But you have to, right? Because the world's changing, and how the social media has changed our world, and actually it's pretty cool because we get to do shows like this and interact with a lot of people.
Yes.
So that's another pool, or
that's the kids pool.
Oh,
it's a half-meter pool, and that's for for everyone to have fun. As I said, we are a family-friendly property, and of course, we embrace everyone. We are pet friendly, family friendly, LGBT friendly. So, yeah, we like to welcome all guests of all kinds.
Oh, no, this is amazing. And yes, Jonas is just telling me that we have 5 minutes to the end of the show. We wanted to go and see one of the condos. Let me ask him. Jonas, ¿podemos ir a ver todavía un condominio o después otra ocasión? Okay, no, that's going to be another show.
Okay, no, we can maybe feature not just one residence, but also the other rooms and see how different they are.
Yes, and that's what I said. An hour show here in Solas is not enough. There's so much things to do, and just the design is It's just amazing. And the rooftop, I would really love to see
Oh yeah, we will.
and show a rooftop. So, any final thoughts for our audience?
Well, I'd like to invite everyone to come and really get to know what Solas Resort has to offer. And I'm not just talking about international or national guests. We like to embrace the local community, and we always have special offers for them. We like to take care of our local community, and that's how we curate all these events for them as well. And we have the brunch, which we offer 20% off for locals, and the 20% off it's all year long for any of our outlets here. You can be the spa, it can be the restaurants, it can be any event. So that's in a way to recognize the local community. And of course, we're very happy to have you here, really, Dana.
Thank you.
Thank you for giving us the space. Really, you do a tremendously great job in exposing all these beauties of the Baja and Los Cabos. And please welcome. I hope that we can do it again to showcase more, because this was just a little taste of Solas.
That's right, and it's really important that you mentioned that about locals, because like us, that we're working here full time, but sometimes we really want to relax and get an experience of all of this that Solas has to offer. Ricardo, thank you so much for your time, and we'll schedule another show to see the residences.
Definitely.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
And guys, thank you so much. I am your host, Dana Jimenez Leonberger, for Los Cabos Home and Life. Jonas, the chief, thank you so much for making this possible, and I'll see you next week.